Hello everyone, this is Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team. I'll be bringing you a race today from Thompson Motorsport Park in Thompson, Connecticut. We ran this race on July 8th. This is going to be the Legends, the iRacing Advanced Legends Series. Thompson Motorsport Park is a high-banked 5/8 mile asphalt track. Banking is 15 degrees in the turns, 2 degrees on straightaways. Let's walk through the starting lineup here. Starting in 12th is the 4-car of Corey Miller. Corey's going to start in the pits. Starting in 11th, the 10-car of Richard Adesani. That's Richard Adesani in the 10. Starting 9th is car number 3, or starting 10th, car number 3, that's Jim Smith. Starting 9th, car number 1 of Trey Madison. Starting 8th is the 12 car of Natalie Arnold. Starting 7th in car number 5 is Austin Kane. Starting 6th in car number 2 is Glenn Evans. And your top 5 starters, starting in the 5th position, car number 11, that is David Rollins. Starting in the 4th spot, car number 6 of Kyle Schaefer. Starting in the 3rd spot, car number 9 of Kenneth Bradshaw. Starting on the front row outside, that's the 00 car of Aaron Johnson. And then starting on the pole is car number 8 of Alfonso Perry. Pace car coming out of turn number 2 now down the back straightaway. We do have the 1 to go sign here. So we are just waiting on the pace car to pull in. And once the pace car pulls in, we should be ready to get down to business here at Thompson Motorsports Park. The lights on the pace car are off. Pace car is pulled in. Alfonso Perry brings him to the line. He's on the gas hard coming out of turn number 4, and they come down the front straightaway to begin the race here with Alfonso Perry taking a slight lead over Aaron Johnson, the 00 car. In 3rd place, the 6 car of Kyle Schaefer dives to the inside of Johnson now. Looks like he's going to hold it. The 2 cars side by side coming out of turn number 2. Coming down the back straightaway now, the 2 car of Glenn Evans to the outside of the 6. The 6 looks underneath the 00 of Aaron Johnson. It is Perry out front all by himself as they race 3 wide coming out of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Coming into turn number 1 now, the 6 car of Schaefer still on the inside. It looks like we've got a spin. That was the 3 car of Jim Smith. Jim Smith spins here at the end of lap number 1. In the lead, it's Alfonso Perry, followed by Johnson in 2nd. The 6 car of Kyle Schaefer in 3rd, and the car number 2 of Glenn Evans running 4th, looking to the inside right now of the 6, a little further back. In 5th position is the 9 car of Kenneth Bradshaw. Got a little internet flicker going on here. The car's coming back inside now. Johnson and Perry beginning to pull away from the 6 car of Kyle Schaefer. Here we are on lap number 3 now. Perry with the lead. Coming out of turn number 4, coming down the front straightaway. Johnson right behind him in 2nd. It's difficult to pass here at Thompson Motorsport Park. The preferred line is a little higher. Perry right now seems to be running the low side. Johnson running the high side, and Johnson is closing now. He closes it within 2 car lengths. Coming down the back straightaway, going into turn number 3. Into turn number 3 now. Johnson and Perry side by side. You see that Perry pulls the left front wheel off the ground, taking that low inside line. Johnson now right on Alfonso Perry's back bumper. Here we are on lap number 5. Johnson looks outside. Perry to the inside. A little bit of internet lag now. We see the cars disappearing. Johnson wisely backs off because with internet lag, you don't know for sure where that competitor is going to be. We see Perry pulling that left front wheel off the ground again as he comes out of turn number 4. As I was going to say earlier, it's difficult to pass here at Thompson. There's really only one good groove. The best way to get around another car is to have that driver make a mistake. Most common mistakes here, to get on the throttle too soon, coming out of 4, and I said it, and here it comes. Perry out of the turn on the throttle too quick. He spins the car to the infield, and that puts Johnson in the lead. Aaron Johnson now all by himself out front. He's got about a half a straightaway lead on the 6 car of Kyle Schaefer. Let's go back here to car number 3. He's running all by himself, and see, he's also pulling that left front. He got on the throttle too quickly as well. Spins the car, goes completely around sideways now, and that's a little wild ride on the wild side right in front of Aaron Johnson as Johnson comes out of turn 4 to come down the front straightaway to retain the lead here at Thompson Motorsport Park. Lap 8 now. Johnson with a sizable lead over the 2nd place car number 6 of Kyle Schaefer. And in third place is car number 9. Johnson now with a 5-second lead, extending that lead over the second place car of Schaefer. Car number 9 off to the infield. He hits the inside wall a ton. That's the car number 9 of Kenneth Bradshaw. He was running in third position, now finds himself with severe damage and spins again trying to get back out onto the racetrack. That's going to end any chance that Bradshaw had to make any noise in this particular race. Back up front now, Johnson closing in on the lap car. Bradshaw comes out of turn number 2, heads down the back straightaway. Johnson running the high line here. He's got a 4.7 second lead over the second place car of Glenn Evans. That's car number 2, with car number 6 of Kyle Schaefer running third. Johnson now coming up on the lapped car. It's car number 12, Natalie Arnold, as she goes down into turn number 1. Johnson up here on the high side. This particular track, Thompson Motorspeedway Park here in Thompson, Connecticut, is home to a number of NASCAR events throughout the year, and is also home to a number of iRacing events throughout the year. Now Johnson coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, closing in on the 12 of Natalie Arnold. Arnold on the low side, Johnson on the high side. One of the dangers of any racetrack here, but especially a track with such a narrow groove as Thompson, is finding your way around lap traffic. You always hope that lap traffic will give you plenty of room. At the same time, you understand that it's your responsibility to pass those lapped cars safely. Johnson now running up on the high side. Let's work back through traffic here. Car number 2 of Glenn Evans is running in second. He's followed fairly closely by the 6 car of Kyle Schaefer. Richard Adesanya is being shown in 4th place, followed, that's a 10 car of Adesanya, then followed by, I want to say, let's see what we've got here, followed by the 11 car of David Rollins, and then the 1 car of Trey Madison. Behind Trey Madison, the 5 car of Austin Kane, who Johnson has just lapped now, and behind Kane, the 12 car of Natalie Arnold. The 9 car of Kenneth Bradshaw is being shown as out of the race, as is the 1 car of Alfonso Perry, who was our pole sitter. Perry out of the race as well. Showing up in 11th position, Jim Smith in car number 3. He now is 9 laps down, but he's back out on the racetrack, and Smith spins into the infield one more time. Jim Smith having all kinds of problems keeping that 3 car on the racetrack. Back out front here, Johnson now on the halfway point, leads by 8 seconds over Glenn Evans. Johnson continuing to extend that lead now to a full straightaway over Glenn Evans, with Kyle Schaefer in third. Johnson's part of the Johnson iRacing team. They've been in existence now since the early part of June 2020, and appear to be having some success. The Johnson iRacing team comes from a long line of actual racers. Charlie Johnson, who raced at the Fairgrounds Speedway in Springfield, Missouri in the 60s, also raced at Fort Leonard Wood, St. Robert, Fort Smith, Arkansas, racing both on dirt and on asphalt. Raced at the Airport Speedway as well in Springfield. And raced from about 1963 to the late 70s, took a 10-year hiatus, and then in the early 1990s came back to begin to race street stocks and then late model stock cars on the high banks of the Lebanon I-44 Speedway in Lebanon, Missouri, and Bolivar Speedway USA in Bolivar, Missouri, where Charlie won a fair number of races but did not win any championships. The championships instead went to Charlie's son Ramey and his son Robbie, both of whom won multiple championships at I-44 Speedway and Bolivar Speedway USA. Here we are now, 11 laps to go. Aaron Johnson with now a 12-second lead over Richard Addison. Richard Addison's moved all the way up into second place. The third place car now Glenn Evans, Trey Madison in the 1 car in fourth, and the 11 car of David Rollins in fifth. Johnson now out for a Sunday drive, typically just holding the car onto the line, making sure that he rolls in and out of the throttle. Comes up now on the lapped car. That's car number 11 of David Rollins. Rollins currently in 5th position. Johnson goes around Rollins on the outside, comes down the back straightaway now, stretching that lead over Addison now to about 9.5 seconds. So Addison sort of keeping up with Johnson, the lead fluctuating anywhere from 9 to 12 seconds. Glenn Evans in third. Out of the race, Kyle Schaefer, Kenneth Bradshaw, Alfonso Perry, Jim Smith in the 3-car back into the pits. Trey Madison now. Trey Madison has withdrawn from the race. Madison appears to be out. He may be having some internet connection problems. One of the things we're seeing a lot of in this particular race is that we've got a tremendous amount of internet lag showing up. Johnson now coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He's closing in on the lapped car of Jim Smith. Jim Smith has been all over the racetrack today. It's been quite an adventure. Anytime Jim Smith's been on the racetrack, we never know if Smith's going to be on the pavement or in the infield. Johnson now down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Smith is not in the field of view at this point in time. There's Jim Smith. Let's go right along with Johnson. Let's see if we can't get right on the front of that car and see what it looks like from track level here at Thompson Motorsport Park. And there is Jim Smith going around one more time. Johnson with some internet lag. Smith goes around in front of Johnson. Johnson now closing on the 12 car of Natalie Arnold. Let's go back out to a little better view here. And take a look at what's going on with Johnson. Johnson now coming into the corner. There's Natalie Arnold on the inside. Johnson coming out of the turn number 2 here down the back straightaway, closing on Arnold. Passing Arnold now on the outside. 6 laps to go. Johnson on the outside now with an 18-second lead over Glenn Evans. Richard Addison in third. Johnson closing in on the 1 car of Trey Madison. Glenn Evans now 16 seconds back. Richard Addison 17 seconds out. Trey Madison, the 4th place car, 20 seconds down. Johnson having lapped all the field except for the top 4 positions, and he is closing in on the 1 car of Trey Madison. Johnson holds car on the line, holds it steady there. The Napa Auto Parts 00 Legends car down the back straightaway into turn number 3. 4 to go now. 4 to go. Johnson rolls the car gently in, a little high here coming into turn number 3. Turns down low coming out of turn number 4. Up against the wall. Across the start-finish line. 3 laps to go. Johnson closing on the 1 car of Trey Madison. Glenn Evans now 20 seconds back in 2nd place. Richard Addison 20 seconds back in 3rd. Johnson closing on the lapped car of Madison. 3 laps to go. This time by as it comes across the start-finish line. As 2 laps remain, Johnson comes into turn number 1 now, closing again on the 1 car of Trey Madison. Glenn Evans, Richard Addison battling it out for 2nd and 3rd place. Addison having some internet connectivity problems, as we can see here. You can see flashes between in and out. That's Addison's internet lag being a problem. The computer just doesn't know if he's here. Johnson now, final lap, receives the white flag, comes across the start-finish line down into turn number 1, closing on the 1 car of Trey Madison. Johnson down the back straightaway into turn number 3, rolls the car into turn number 3, lets it drift up slightly in the middle of the corner, back onto the throttle as he comes out of turn number 4 under the 5 car, and it's going to be Aaron Johnson with a win from Thompson Motorsport Park. In 2nd place, it looks like the 10 car of Richard Addison, and in the 3rd place, car number 2, of Glenn Evans. That'll be the race from Thompson Motorsport Park. It's Aaron Johnson bringing home the win on this race, July 8th, 2020. For the Johnson iRacing Network, this is Aaron Johnson saying so long.